And the thing is, the more, how would you deal with the Iran effect, the markets? I think it could cause a pullback, but that will be an amazing buying opportunity, and I'm going to explain to you why. Right? Let me just put this here. Sorry, I'm not allowed to show. Hello, ACOS. If you guys want to also see what I am doing, you can, check out these places. I'm there at this present moment. You can see what I am doing. All right, guys, look, let's start going in. Let's get some 100 people in here, and then we can start to have a look at what's happening. Hello, Fat Cat. How you doing? Hello, ACOS. Hello, everyone. Jesus Cryptos. You guys are rocking and rolling. It feels like everyone is in full blown let's sleep mode. Hello, Mario. How you doing? Hello, Nuno. How you doing as well? Anyone here from the other gang? Is anyone here on this side? People watching from the other areas, make sure you send your highs and hellos into the chat as well. Be good to see who is there, if there's anyone new, anyone old, all that kind of stuff that's going on. Right. Hello, Walter. Hello, how you doing, man? It's good to see other people actually writing into the chat as well. All right, look, now it's not going to be too much change from tomorrow, but I want to give a bit more clarity on what's happening, in my opinion. Right. Hi, my favorite TT. But that's very, very kind. Super kind, man. That means a lot. I appreciate it. Man or lady, I'm not too sure. I can't think. Who knows all the pictures? But thank you so much. It means a lot. Now, where are we right now? Hello, Margus. How you doing? Look, at this present moment, Bitcoin is just Chop City, right? Full blown Chop City at this present moment. Will be one. It will be one mission, a couple of bunker buster bones dropped, and party's over. Yeah, but look, I want to tell you something about that, and I'm going to explain a few interesting things that are going on at the moment. The USA at this present moment, Fat Cat is the one. Yep. Thanks, Albert. It's always entertaining and useful. Thank you. Appreciate that. It means a lot, man. Honestly, it means a lot. It means a lot. How are you, Alvi? I'm pretty good. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I go through like waves of tiredness these days. I don't know what's happening. Got all my tests. Everything's all good, but I guess it's just overworking. Now, the issue with what's happening with the Middle East is that they're supposedly the current issue that they're having right now. Hello, Mr. T. Is that the munitions that they have are supposedly not strong enough to destroy it. We're having a dominoes war. Yeah, you see, look, if I'm telling you this right, I'll tell you this right. If Domino's is correct, and this weekend, right, the USA does something funky, right? If they do something funky, right, I need to somehow subscribe to that indicator, because that is wild. It is such a brilliant indicator. You know what I mean? It makes sense. I mean, it's a bit causation, but whatever. It's still fun. All right. Now let's get back to where we're talking about. Right now, Bitcoin at the moment is it's holding this support line 103,300. I've held it. It's tapped it several times. It's looking like it's coming to retest that. Let's see, coming to retest that. One of my neighbors bought a what was that called? Is it the Viper? Is it a Viper? I don't know what it is. It's an American car. It's very loud and all that kind of stuff. Not to say mine isn't, but like, I don't know. I don't want to say anyway. It might be American people here. It's all cool. All right. So it's coming to hold in this area here right now, right? It's this 103,300 area is looking like it's going to be a key support line. It's coming down. You can see the 50-hour day curving up to that point, but the problem is it's kind of curving in a way where we could potentially see downside, potentially, right? I'm going to talk about the support lines and everything else as well, right? Let me get through everything that I want to talk about. At this current moment, I still believe that we could be in somewhat of a distribution phase at the moment. Unfortunately, Iran is about to find out what USA doesn't have a universal healthcare. Okay, cool. All right, man. It looks like it's verging into a bit of a distribution phase at this present moment. And the reason why I say this, and I'll come back to this as well, right? I was looking at total market cap right now. And remember, I said that we could be. This is in essence wave what? Hello, wave one. That didn't work. Let's try that again. Wave. What is going on? Wave. Oh, I know what's going on. 1 second. What is? There we go. Okay. We have wave one, and then if this is wave two, this distribution phase can take longer. It's these distribution phases usually take a long time, right? And if we do something, like this, right? Let's pull a fib here, right? This distribution phase can take a long time. The 50% mark, it's coming into a zone now, right? It could very well come and test the 3.1 trillion, and to be honest, at worst 2.85 million market cap. It could come down as far down to here, and then let's move this out of the way. It could come all the way down to this point, and then find support here, and then have the next bounce up stage, the stage 3 of the after the distribution, right? This is what it could possibly do. I still believe that could happen. I really genuinely do believe that could happen. But that movement down can cause a lot of problems in the market, right? You're gonna have to have some mental steals of I'm trying to say it wrong. Mental stuff. All right. You're gonna have to have the mental stuff when it goes down to that area, because look, if we no, I can't say that. That's not what I was talking about. I can't condone what you just said, right? Because if we look at oil, it's slowly creeping up, and a breakout from here could indicate that an increased tension in the Middle East, and that increased tension, I promise you, could double. It could double the value of oil. It could go to 114. It will ruin everything. Everything will go absolutely batshit crazy for a short amount of time. It'll be a short amount of time, and I want everyone to really understand that fact. Now, coming back to Bitcoin, I'm going to give you some key support areas here, right? And this is, I'm going to give you some key support areas. Firstly, this 133,300 is looking like a key area of support. It's tapped it many times. It's the midline between the two distribution zones. It looks like it's playing around this number here. Now, what I will say, and this is really, really important, is that if we start playing around with some fibs, right? Let's start playing around with some fibs here, right? Start playing around with some fibs, and you see, look, the importance. You see the super duper importance of the midline, right? It's tapped it several times, and that there, if you look, the 55-day EMA, it's coming into that exact area of support. So I expect some form of rejection if we come down to the area. And to be honest, we could see something like this, right? We could see a sweep down, right? Here, regain that, and then break out like that. That's one possibility. Another possibility, if we turn on a volume profile here. All right, let's get this into range. The only problem with volume profile is that you need to get it to cover the right area. Go on. Don't do that. All right. Go on. This is the range I want, brother. Yeah, there we go. Right. Now, what's also really important, and another area of that this could potentially do, if we look at the volume profile where there's high areas of trading that's happening right at this present moment, if you want to see, it's here and here, right? If we look at the volume profile right now and the way that this market is moving, and the key area that I've marked out, I said between 97 and 96. The heaviest area of support is at the 97. You can see by the volume profile here, you can see that in one way or another, if this comes down and breaks that midline, we will see most probably more of an acceleration down to here, possibly deviate down to come down and test that secondary level of high volume trading, come back, test this, and potentially start going in this direction, and that works pretty much perfectly in line with 135,000 level. That's scenario 2, right? Problem is bunker buster can't penetrate the mountain deep. I've already said that, but I'll say that. And I'm just going to say this, right? And I don't want anyone to get really afraid. I'm giving you scenarios here, right? So you just have to be possible, right? Third scenario, right, is that my worry is that if it loses this zone here, then the next area of support, fortunately, would be around the 83,000 level. I doubt that we get there. I doubt that we go to full level of distribution in Wyckoff, because it gives that vibes a little bit, right? Also, we could very well, and I mean very well, at any second, with a message from the big man himself, do that. I promise you, a tweet from him saying, literally saying, we have nothing to do with this. We're not getting involved, right? We're not getting involved. Or if they do something on the say of, I can't say it, Dark Cobra. I can't say it because there's other things that I'm here. I can say it. There I can't. 97 alts are dead than dead. Retail stays out of a long time. 83. No, not necessary. No, 97, right? Not necessary. The reason why I say that is that because this in line. Let me shut this off. It's getting a bit messy in here. Oop, nope. Let me shut that off. Right? The reason why, let me get rid of this as well. Why can't, where are you? Hello? Here we go. Get rid of this as well, right? Dot city everywhere. All right. The reason why I say that, because it works perfectly in line with, if you look at the total 3, if my theory of, this is a theory, right? All types of trading and analysis is a theory. The reason why I say that is because if you go here, that's not what I want to do. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do it, right? If this is wave 1, distribution usually it takes the longest amount of time. It could take 1, 2, 3 weeks. Please, can I have some saw on that? Sure, right? Can go to here, and then the next move could be that massive move up to 3, then the correction phase. You know what I mean? And then move on from there. That pullback, in my opinion, works perfectly in line with what happens here. My only worry, and this is my only worry, right? Apart from a few other worries, right? My only worry, right? And I'm going to get to some good stuff in a second, is that there, people, that is my worry. It's massive declining volume, right? And at the same time, where is this? At the same time, leveling off and what looks like a somewhat downturn in exchange volume. There's no volume here at the moment. People are fearful. Things that are happening in the Middle East are making people fearful. Tariffs are making people fearful. Yes, please. If sure, yes, please. What? Oh, man, honestly, please stop. That's the situation where that's my worry. Now, a relative level of positivity is that it's like, bruh, the SBX is doing some silly things. We're at silly things territory right now. And the thing is, the SBX usually rallies even harder when there is a war. Okay. 1 second. There we go. Done. All right. No. All right. So this could rally even more. We could have this support that I stated many times before, the 5,971, right, is holding, and it looks like it's rejecting. This could bounce and continue up. It really could. It definitely could do that, and that movement there will show some level of relief here. But again, we're working in an environment where there's low volume, low exchange volume, and potential unrest in the Middle East that could cause massive unrest in markets. Just be prepared. I really do still believe that these levels up here are definitely possible to get to. And it kind of works very well. But I will say this, that movement could come after a long time of chop before it can go down to there. This could be a month. It could be. It could be a month. I mean, like, if you look at this, that to there, it could take a month to get there. It could be just boring. But I will say one thing, right? And I'm going to say something extremely important, right? To me, and my experience, and what I've gained from all these times, and all of the things that have given me all the things that I want in my life, right, is this, right? When things are boring, when there's FUD in the market, when things look like it's over, that is the moment I get greedy. That is my greed moment. That's the only thing I'm going to say. What is your time analysis? Months. It could take a month to do this. It all depends on what Donald Trump is going to be saying. It really could be. Right now, what this will do when it gets down there, it will cause massive shakeout. People will be afraid of everything. If you look at the bigger picture, what is everyone afraid of? You're at moments where we've had most altcoins are at maximum pullback territory. And then on top of that, you're looking at Bitcoin, that everything about it, every news and every legislation that's going to be built is going to be positive. And on top of that, right? You're going to a position where there's going to be far more liquidity into the market. Crypto BS, thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're very kind, man. I really do appreciate the context and the way that you said that. It's usually in these moments of difficulty that we get Lee Spanner here to come and grace us with grace us with his knowledge about the markets. It's truly, people, like, I'm telling you, if you want to get that peak level of knowledge, you should go and follow him. It takes real power to be able to throw that. real power. Yeah, I stay, but I like to throw insults. Anyway, so if we look at USDT dominance, right? How bad are alts going to bleed if Bitcoin dominance gets to the low 90s? It's virtually impossible to say. I wasn't stressed by throwing it. I can imagine. But I mean, you are tensing a little bit because I'm assuming you're on the toilet. So, like, in between, I guess the tensing helps you press the button when you're sending information. Look, one more thing I will say is that USDT dominance is still within range, man. We're not seeing massive moves here. We're just seeing boring chop, right? This type of movement usually, of course, has some sort of level of. I just came back from a hike and resting. Mm-hmm. Some people call the trip to the toilet a hike. It depends on what your nutrition is. All right. Stable coins and all, Ethereum chain. Yeah, look, I'm telling you, I'm gonna get to it. There's a few more things. This, to me, doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like people are selling massive amounts again into USDT into their stables. If you look at a lower time level, again, we're firmly below the 200-day EMA. It's, do you know what I mean? Like we're not at this present moment. We're not looking like we're at sort of danger levels here. We're not seeing massive movements. Oh yeah, we are producing higher lows, but again, we're producing lower highs. It's coming into a squeeze to a point where this thing is going to do one movement, one amazing, like, strong movement one way or another. But this chop can take time. It can take time to have an understanding of where we're going. Furthermore, and DXY is basically doing nothing. It could reject and go down at any second. Gold is, below the level that it needs to reclaim. It really needs to look. Yeah, I mean, it's holding its. If it reclaims its Monday low above it, it will accelerate up. But it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's going to come and retest the 21-day EMA. This is not a sign of danger in the market at this present moment. People are just fatigued. They don't know what to do. People are just waiting on what the market's doing. And also, don't forget, the market is closed today. It's a national holiday, so treat today like a weekend. Today is a weekend trading. Extremely low volume. No one's trading. No institutional moves. Right now, you know what I mean? As I said, that's a scenario where I'm looking at. Look, if we look at Ethereum's holding quite well. Solana, I'm going to get to Solana. Solana's slightly worrying me. And it's partly to do with what happened the other day. It's partly to do with what's happened the other day. See, I'll get back to Solana in a second. If you look at the Ethereum to Bitcoin, it's still holding that range. It's still holding the range. We haven't seen any big movements yet. These movement statements here, I mean, although it is looking and testing the doors of a further downward movement, I will say if this goes full Bart Simpson, it will retrace the full move of what Ethereum's done. But let's see. Don't forget, staking is coming into the network. There are things that are very bullish in this market. It's just people are hyper focused on short-term things here. Let me explain this to you, right? The market doesn't know Trump can't. Okay, yeah. So look, I'll tell you one thing, right? I'm gonna ask you a question right now. Other than Bitcoin, you want to be in cash? Really? You're gonna be in cash. The only other option is gold. And once Bitcoin gets his understanding, and look, we had a major bill pass, and because of all what's happening in the Middle East, no one is actually understanding what's going on. You know what really gathers me as well. What really that I don't get is that right now, with all of the crap that's happening, everything that's happening, worries of tariffs, inflation worries, Middle Eastern tensions, everything that is happening right now, absolutely everything that's happening, Bitcoin and the S&P 500 are really not doing much. Trump is taking 2 weeks for a decision. Should that give us a nice relief rally? I wouldn't say a relief rally. I think him taking 2 weeks is gonna make boring for 2 weeks. Hello, Joker. How you doing? This is where we are right now. This is a scenario of what we're doing. We don't forget previously. Remember when the war happened, we had a enormous look. I'll just give you one thing, right? I'll tell you one thing. The Elon Musk fight did more of a move than the war in the Middle East. So right now you're hearing a lot of FUD in the market. A lot of FUD in the market. Do you know what I mean? Like if I was to say to you, point to the thing that's causing the FUD, you'd be like, oh yeah, but it's the Middle East, America can get into it. Yeah, Okay, it gets in, then what? See, these type of things will get scary. That's why these two areas of support is there. Here or here, in my opinion, is major buy zone. If it gets down to here, I'm putting wild amounts of money into this industry. You're going to talk about stable coins. You were going to talk about, yeah, stable coins is the first step. It's the first pillar before this industry becomes a full blown available asset class. I just need everyone to really understand that. Era has been weird on me these couple of weeks. I think they're just pumping in a wild amount of money, or they're offering a new token, which means that they're increasing their TVL. That's usually the case of where that happens, but that can drop off at a moment's notice. Just be careful. What's here though? What do you mean? What's here though? Why is China buy gold now? Why is China? Why did China buy gold? I mean, everyone's buying gold. It's a perfect hedge against any type of particular political worries. Now, wow, no, right? Solana. Something happened in Solana recently, and this is coming from JR. By the way, I have to give him the credit because he's the one that brought it to my attention. Do you know that Ansem launched a meme coin the other day, right? Just curious, does everyone here yeah, I'd love to buy the dip. Yeah, does everyone know that Ansem launched a coin the other day? I want to understand if anyone knew that actually happened. Which meme? Yeah, all right. This is why. Yeah, he launched them. It's so bad. This is why I think that Solana might slightly be cooked, right? And we don't know about it. I won't say cooked, but like the right. I'm gonna show you something. Right? I'm gonna show you something. So Ansem launched a coin, right? Called Pause. PAWSE. Do not buy it. So I'm just gonna make sure that everyone understands is do not buy this thing. All right. Do you know who this is? People are here. They're on the other thing. Do you know who this is? Who's Ansem? Okay. I'm having a lot of trading from tomorrow till Tuesday. I'm having a lot of trading. Yeah, we all are. Come and check out the pro group, man. There's some cool things going on there. He's still looking extremely strong. Yeah, everything looks really strong. So, do you guys, anyone for the people who are seeing what I'm showing? Does anyone? Are you giving a break? All right, yeah. I mean, it might be a good time to actually play around. You know, it's predictable moves are happening right now. It's very algorithmic the move. Does anyone know who this guy is? For people who are watching in the other spheres, anyone have any idea who this gentleman here is? Does anyone know what's going on with who this guy is? Anyway, so let's just say that Ansem launched this coin, right? On a live on Bullpen, right? It was amazing. Everything was incredible. And guess who was on the live? The global head of Solana was on the day of the launch when they launched it live. But like when I tell you, it's kind of like you know what I mean? It's like they launched it, they did it live. There were hundreds of thousands of people in on that live. But what they didn't tell anyone, is that it was 100% buy tax. So what happened? 100% buy tax until they went to 60 million market cap. So everyone that bought lost their money before 60 million. But what they didn't do is tell anyone about it. They didn't tell anyone about the 100% tax. So, so when it got to 60 million, right, they just sold on everyone. And the global head of Solana was on the live when this launched. Can someone please explain to me how that gives confidence to any institutional buyer of Solana? How, in what world can something of this ridiculous hilarity be possible? Why are you on the live of this? And the thing is, right, what really, really annoys me, right? This is what really annoys me, right? Is that we have a project called Fat Cat, right? It is working hard. We're about to launch our aggregator. There aren't projects right now that are even doing. We're launching an aggregator where you'll be able to buy the project at any. It's called Fat Cat if you want to check it out, right? Where you'll be able to buy Fat Cat from any chain and swap from any chain to any chain, and it's half the fees of Phantom. We've created this. And people go up to us and go, "Oh man, yeah, like I don't know, bro." Like trying to find a reason, right? To say, "Oh yeah, that project isn't good." But but when the global head of Solana, when the global head of Solana puts 100% tax of a launch of a puts 100% tax, it is wild. It's wild. And it's amazing. No one has really picked up on this yet. It is wild. You're hearing it here first. Actually, it's JR. I give the thing to JR. Can you get from MetaMask? No, it's a Phantom wallet coin. So it's a Solana based coin. It's not a tax, it's a bug. Yeah, it's definitely a bug. It's definitely a bug. It's 100% a bug. 100%. Yeah. So that happened. It's not a hack, man. No, it's designed into the algorithm. Designed into the chain, because in Solana you can launch on two chains where you can put a tax. One of the chains you can launch on actually has a tax to it. Oh shizzle, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fun, fun time. So Solana, as you can imagine, has a bit of a line in the sand here, right? 141.72. And it's looking also a bit spicy. Like it's coming to the like honestly, might be no. I don't think it's at that point yet, because Solana has enormous amounts of money, right? Uh, it's just amazing, right? Uh, but what I will say is that ETH to Solana right now, Solana ETH, it's coming to a buy zone. So anywhere in between here could be a point where there could be some. The guy of Solana was a player, or is he a stupid guy? Why? I don't know. It's the most ridiculous thing. It's the most ridiculous thing. I don't understand how CoffeeZilla, my man CoffeeZilla, has not been. He's here. Look at him. Hello, brother. Hello, the head of Solana on a Zoom launching a meme coin. Look at his face. Oh my god, idiotic thing I've ever seen in my life. Just got another 60 million. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You mean a fat cat, right? $60 million of fat cat. That'd be nice. Leaves the door open for Hyper Sui to step with a Soul Snake move. Yeah, it could be. Could be. I mean, like, if we look at Hype is doing stupid things right now, man. It's so resilient. It's unbelievable. Where is my Hype here? Where is my Hype? Why am I not seeing my Hype? Where are you, Hype? Hype. Yeah, here we go. If hype sees, then let's adjust this a little bit. I mean, like it's a week, so let's go on the day, right? Although, man, hype does look like it's losing it. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, if hype was to break, look, I mean, it's still holding its trend, but like if hype was to really break down, and let's do that. There we go. If that there would be the line in the sand. If it wouldn't bounce from that moment there, then this thing is going to do a unbelievable retrace. Yeah, it will most probably retrace the full move if it breaks that. We'll see. But I got a feeling that's going to hold support. Hype is doing some. I would not bet against hype if I could do anything about it. How are you all seeing the screen? It's that or that. Is HBAR a good long-term investment? No, I would not be buying HBAR. I find all of those coins completely. I find them. They are the ultimate promise of things that the US and various institutions will only create themselves. Ether's up 1.5 since December, so it's up 15x. Yeah, of course. Did you not say no to? Did you not? Did you say no to hype? No, it's a possibility. No, I'm just saying. Look, right now it's. I mean, let's not. I mean, I'm messing around here a little bit, but let's. Actually, no. Let's do it from here. Technically, I mean, you could do that, but there's only so much faffing around you can do with a graph before it starts to, this trend line you can move around before it starts to look like this is gonna. I mean, I would say most probably it's gonna come and try and test this line here. I would be surprised if it doesn't. All right, what's that? That's at 34.77. See the reaction of that point. I mean, if you look at the Pico levels. Yeah, look, I mean, it's reacting off that point, but it does look very weak. I mean, it could probably go down to the monthly open. 32.74. Anyway, is there not a bullish divergence for alt? Let's go back. Is there any questions here? No, nothing on here. If you guys have any questions, let me know, please. What can you looking at? Hype. Is there not a bullish divergence for alt on the fourth time frame? 4-hour time frame. You mean? No, I mean, okay. Let me show you this as well. There's a right now. I will say this, right? I will say this. We have what, in my opinion, I'll say this, right? Look, I'll say this. In my opinion, the touch of this line creating a triple bearish divergence, that there to me would be the end of this cycle. That's what I would be looking at as the end of this cycle, right? What's the plan? We go on holiday and come back before after summer? Yeah, possibly. Yeah. So that to me there is what I would call somewhat of the end. Now this movement to there can be months, right? And what I will say this, this curving up and a final break of that, if it happens, look, these are all like theories in my mind, right? These are all theories on my mind. Bitcoin, SolBridge. No, I would go into something like Fat Cat rather than Zeus. That's for sure. What was I saying? Yeah, this break of this trend and the movement from here to here, or potentially whatever it is from here to here, whatever that movement will be wild, right? It's going to be it will be that is a violent move in when I say the end of the cycle, I would say one. Let me finish, right? That move from here to here will cause, in my humble opinion, this movement here, wherever it goes from. I'm just gonna whatever. Draw it from here, right? This movement to here, it will be that much of a movement that we'll see. That to me is what I'm working on. This is my theory, right? Everyone wants me to understand a theory. That's my theory. Wholeheartedly, this is the theory that I'm working on right now. But we have to move and adjust very quickly. As I said many moons ago, we're getting into volatile moments right now, and all you're going to be hearing. You've noticed that the people that were bearish are really vocal right now, like super duper vocal right now, and it works for them because those people that were bearish are either trying to trying to fud the market to get shorts down, right, get the shorts moving, or they've sold and they're trying to play off that game, right? So I would say just be cautious and just try to block out the noise. Let's not forget we have to be very, and I keep repeating it. I want everyone to understand that. Just try and bring yourself back the first time Israel attacked. Iran and Israel attacked each other. Remember the sentiments of what people were saying. Remember what people were shouting. Remember what the bears were shouting. Remember all of that stuff. Remember all that stuff, right? Remember it all. And we're at that exact moment here. We're at the precipice of what everyone is talking about is a massive disaster. It's the end. It is the end. That's what everyone's talking about. But in reality, it's not. Reality for me, it's like full blown it's like, what about Rizzo on Salt? I mean, okay. Yeah, Rizzo has potential for sure. All of this stuff right now, all of it, everything that we're seeing at this present moment, there is potential. There's potential for this to, because look, we're talking as if, don't forget, we're talking as if we have multiple days of aggressive red on red on red on red. I will say this, and this is what I'm going to say. I want everyone to also understand this fact, right, as well, right? I'm talking a lot. If you guys have any questions, please answer me, right? And I can help as much as I can. To me, if Bitcoin reclaims, let's say, 106,400. If Bitcoin reclaims 106,400, I will long. I'll long. And if it reclaims the highs of the 112, I will mega long. If there is such a thing. I will do a mega long. You know what I mean? How high can airdrone finance realistically go? I don't know, 1,000,000,000,000,000%. What do you want me to say, man? Let me look at airdrone. A gajillion percent. It'll be so high. It'll be so high that you won't know what to do with yourself. It will be like tears, bro, tears. I mean, wow. I mean, you see my line. Look, now do you guys understand when I say I put the line in? You see, look, you see the line. I said it needs to reclaim that, and this is a key area of resistance. And there, finally, you have seen it happen live. You know when I say, "Oh man, I put that line in there and it hit it perfectly." There you go. There you go. Perfect deviation. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that. What Fibonacci say? Do you ask Calvin? We need to consult with him, please. I did consult with him the other day, and he was saying more money, bet both ways was his statement that he said to me. I didn't quite understand the more money, but he did say bet both ways. You can't lose. I mean, that made sense. I mean, technically, it makes sense. Okay. Sorry. I don't know where that came from. Okay, look. What I would say. God, that's so dumb. Anyway, whatever. What I would say is that if Arrow loses that line, I would most probably expect a bounce of Arrow off this line, right? That there, in my opinion, is very important. That there is super duper important. Yeah. Yeah. That there is super duper important. We could see, if you look carefully here, we could see if it doesn't bounce from here, it could bounce. It definitely could be, right? We could see it come towards the Asia low, break, deviate, and regain. If it regains that, then it will need to regain the Monday high, and then it will most probably come and try and test the Asia high, right? To me, it looks at the. We have to make sure we understand the market, because right now, this is looking good. That is an SR flip, right? That's a textbook SR flip. Break of previous high, come back, test the support, and support looks to be holding. To me, right now, this looks wrong. That's the wrong one. Actually, what is the volume saying? Let's. I mean, stupid. What is the volume saying to this? Not great. But look, it's progressively more resistance as it goes down. I mean, that's like the full move. But like, it could be. Again, these are your key levels for this, right? I've given you the levels. This is the key levels. If it holds this, most probably there'll be continuation up and a retest of this area here, right? If it breaks that, it most probably it's a possible area of shorts. Let's see, what would that be? A 3 to 4% quick short that you could have. If it breaks that, we're looking at a full blown full blown retrace from that area, which could be a far greater, a really big move down. You're looking at 16% move down to that area. That's the way I would look at this, but it looks pretty good at the moment. I mean, it could be. Oh God, I love the 50%. Look how important that is. I mean, yeah. Yeah, the 0.849 looks like that. If it comes there, I would be looking to possibly, that would be a great buy zone. That'd be a good possible buy zone for this. Depends on the market. See what's happening. See what's going on in that side. SR flip. What's that? So an SR flip is when it breaks the previous high and then holds that as support. That's one SR flip. It's one of the strongest moves a chart can do. So when this was coming back, I would have put a buy order here. You can see other people have buy orders there, but it looks relatively weak. It looks like a weak bounce. I would expect a further continuation down to here. That would be a great bounce zone, though. That'd be a super duper bounce zone if it goes. I'd risk it there. That could be a potential good buy at that area. If it comes down there, we'll see. All right. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else you guys want me to talk about? But honestly, how wild is that? Is the the global the globe? How did Ansem get that? Like, how did he get him involved? Is this guy like strapped for cash or something? Honestly, can you look up Mamo? I can't look up. I don't know what Mamo is, man. I don't know what that is. Sorry. Nothing happened now until November. Is it low? I had nothing since December. I should have took profit. Look, hindsight is 2020, right? Hindsight is 2020. Did you think that? I'm going to ask you this question here. Here we go. It's always easy to make that thought. Whoa, whoa. Let's not do that. Let's do this. Did you say to yourself, "I should have taken profit here"? Did you say that to yourself then as well? Were you like, "Oh man, I should have taken profit. Like this is the end. Like it's over. Like crypto's over. Like this is the end. Absolute end." It's always easy to look back and say, "I wish I did this. I saw that in this and the other." As an ambassador, can you sack the? Do you? I can't say that word. No, I can't do anything. Weak bounce because of low volume. Although no, I mean Arrow volume is not bad. They are. Look, I'll tell you something with Arrow. Like they're putting money into Arrow. Actual Arrow themselves are putting money into it. That sell off from that point, like, do you see what I mean? Like, when I say to everyone, where I say to everyone, there are key areas of support and resistance, right? The reason why people put their sell order there is because a lot of people are going to put their sell order there, so it actually pulls the coin down, and actually not only that, it pulls it down right underneath the 200-day MA. We'll see what happens. This is one to watch. This is quite interesting what's going on with this. Russ, do you have any plans for a weekend? It will be 33 degrees. Yes, it's my brother's birthday. So yeah, brother's birthday, and also I'm going to a really cool. I'm going to something really cool on Saturday, right? And I'm gonna bring the owner of them onto our live. If anyone wants to really to see, and it's a really cool, interesting project. I'm gonna do a video about it because I like it. It's one of those brilliant. It's one of those brilliant. I'm gonna say AI/RWA/mining type of thing, and it's this like, how can I say, Google, like a Google pod, an AI assistant you can talk to, and the more you talk to it, the more it learns from you. You actually mine their token, which to me sounds awesome. Mamo, the new dev, but Mamo is new, but the devs are from Apple, Amazon, Lyft, and Coinbase. Considers DeFi. Really? Say Mamo like that? Nope. This one, is it on Mexi? You think Pendle can be a black cross this bull run? I'll look at Pendle as well. Is it this one? Is it? Oh, you can't see. I'm just gonna do. Let me look at this. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say with this, man. There's zero information here. I mean, look, this is the maximum I can do. Let's talk about. That's it. That's what we can talk about. It could be a potential good area. I'm gonna look into the project. Don't get me wrong. It could be a potential good area to go into it. I'll have a look and try and understand what's going on. Years. I'm not Stewie. Thank you very much. Do you think we'll get back to December highs and RS? But we'll see. Potentially, yeah. Depends on your time span. Uh, we could see something like this and potential test down here, and then breakthrough, and then explosion up like that. Possible, but I have absolutely no idea about anything with this project. Nothing. I have no idea what this is. None. I don't know what it's about. Volume is falling. This looks mega market maker to me. Like this is like this looks like beautiful market making to me. But yeah, I mean it's tested it several times. It's rejected. It's come back and now it's testing its range low. If this holds, I'll say in this man. Let's get a bit more of a close up. Yeah, it's easy. Super easy. When it's market made, it's super easy. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there. Buy when it crosses that, in my opinion. Humble. Don't listen to what I'm talking about. I have no idea what's going on. There we go. If you want to make this even more smelly belly, you can do something like this, right? If we were to, that's the range there, right? Yeah. Yeah. A good buy zone for this would be there. Anyway, between that. Reclaim of the mid level would be ideal. Reclaim of this would be a bit more of a riskier entrance, especially if it does an SR flip and holds that support. That would be a great area to buy, and then you can shoot off from there. Or if you're feeling super duper risky, you can buy here. Curious. I'll have a look at what this project is. I've no idea. I've never heard of it. I'll actually add it to my watch this. Mamo like that, right? There we go. Add. Cool. Right. Anything else? Why airdrome pumping like in October era was the first one? I have absolutely no idea. I have no idea. I think they're just fully putting in funds into the project. Appreciate you, of course, man. What are you talking about? I mean, that's the best I can. There's not much information here for me to give you any type of understanding. I've given you a lot more than I could possibly can. But this type of movement that you see in the volume is that's market making. Can you check Pendle? Yeah, let me check out what Pendle's there. Most probably had a strong pullback. Look, I mean, I don't like it's settling down here for so long. Let's get the one day. But it's regained the key level. The 3.732 is a key level. I mean, like now you guys are seeing my level. You see that it's hitting them perfectly. You see the my support structure that I'm doing here. You see what's going on. The one thing I'm not super excited about, this one's a hard one to read. Look, what I will say is this. Is that there is a squeeze is going to happen to this coin, right? It's going to do some form of violent movement one way or another. When the EMA is bundled up like this, right, there will be a move in one direction. What I will say is that it's holding the medium level support, which is at the 3.732. And more importantly, it's come and tested the major level of support at 3.605 several times, right? That looks pretty good. Not only that, it's regained the daily open, which is awesome. And it's above the Monday range, which is also awesome. So to me, this looks good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks relatively strong. The one worry that I have is that there are it is deviation, deviation, deviation. You know what I mean? That's my only worry that we have here. That's not fantastic. You know what I mean? It's not brilliant, and it does look like we'll see. We'll see. Pendle, no matter what, has to hold this 3.6. That's super duper key. Really, really important that it holds that level. If it doesn't, then we could see further pull back into the 3.163. That zone between there is important, but it's looking relatively strong right now. I'll say that. That I will. This might go down. This might go down and retest this area for sure. Watch this area, man. 3.605. Watch that. I have a big bag of Pendle. From where? Where did you buy? I have as well. I bought it super duper cheap. The thing I will say about Pendle, right? This is the thing I will say about Pendle. If I didn't have the worry of what's going to happen in the Middle East, I would most probably be buying this. If I didn't have the worry. I'll say that, right? If I didn't have the worry, I would be buying this. But right now, with what might happen in the Middle East is there's going to be an issue. Oh, it's a hard one, man. Pendle's a hard one. This one's a really hard one to read. Super duper hard. This is a hard one to read. Just watch the 3.609. That's all I'll say. That's all I can say about this right now. Because it's kind of in no man's land at the moment. I mean, it has regained the 200-day EMA, don't get me wrong. It's really strong. Well, the cross of the 200-day into the to the. But look, I'll say this, right? This is what I was going to say. This is what. So yeah, and Pendle's beneath. What could happen, because there's a bit of a death cross happening here, is that it could rally to here and then hit breakdown. If it can't regain this trend line and tries to test it again, because look, one test fail. If it tries to test it again and fails as well, that might be a watch that carefully, really, really carefully. Where are we right now? Let's look at ADA. See what ADA's up to. Oof. I mean, again, look, you guys are going to understand what I'm doing now. Look there. Oof, it's going to be hard for ADA to get back up. Really hard. It needs to reclaim the point of control, right? In the high volume profile area, which isn't easy to do. But it is at, oh my God. Look, we could potentially, right? Because there's I'm going to show you what an inefficiency wick is, right? I'm going to show you what an inefficiency wick is so you can see real time what I talk about. That is an inefficiency wick. And usually what markets do, right, and most of the time market makers or what graphs do, is that it usually comes and takes out 50% of that wick, right? Sometimes it can go the full way, but most of the time it takes 50% of that wick. And that reaction from there, what it does at this point here will mean everything. It'll mean everything. Either this continues up and then possibly rejects from this point again and then comes down to here and then goes up like that. Maybe we'll see. Or this thing, or this thing bashes down to here. We'll see. But it's at complete decision zone right now. But I wouldn't be surprised if Cardano doesn't come and try to take out that inefficiency there. Right. Anything else? Thank you for today, Mr. Alvarez. Stop calling me Mr. Alvarez. I'm not a Mr. I mean, I'm technically a Mr. because I'm married and I'm a man and I'm awesome. But like other than that, stop calling me Mr. I can see your screen. Just check out any of this too. Do you have a private group? Yes, we do. I do. You can check in my my bio. Where'd you put a stop loss for ADA if I was to break even right now? Stop loss, easy. Previous wick low. Here, look. I'll show you where you put stop losses, right? Say if you were to long from here, right? Super easy. Previous wick low. There. That's where your stop loss is. Yeah. Say if you were to long at this point, right? That's your risk to. It's not great. Obviously, it's not great. I wouldn't say that's like a let's go, boys, let's go. I mean, if you're looking at full risk to profit ratio, that ain't good. That's not a good one, right? That's not a good one. But what could be potentially good is say if it dips to there, right? That's a bit better, right? That's a bit better. You're risking 7 for a three times 3-to-1 ratio. Sorry, it's not bad. Yeah, but 3-to-4, like 3.4 ratio. All right, good. But if you're going down here, that's like that's like hitting 1.8. That I wouldn't go for that. That's not something that makes me my my bumble mumble. I don't know. Is that a word? Yeah, thanks, of course. Where would you put this? Mr. Alvarez, it is then. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate it. Moonworld chart. I would not. Okay, I'll look at. I am definitely still surprised. The December is feeling like a top. Yeah, a lot of people will be shouting that. A lot of people will be shouting that. Whereas, can you give me 2 negatives about H bar? I can give you. Can it only be 2? sorry. Can it only be 2? I feel like it shouldn't just be 2. There we go. All right, I'm going to show you a negative of H bar, right? Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, it's all right. Like, okay, H bar is okay, right? I mean, it's lost a bit. It's a little bit. It's lost a little bit, right? And I'm not saying it's not lost a lot, but we're talking about 63%. But yeah, most alts have lost that, right? I'm not liking that we have a. Let's do that. Full blown downward trend line. And look, I put these lines on many times before, right? You see, it's once you start getting your trend lines in strong, right? You see the exact movement here. Look, it deviated the area of support, came back, tested the trend line, rejected, and then broke through this line. There, I would have shorted. If it broke that, I would have shorted. And look, it even came and retested it, and then came back down again. Look, this midwick. Look, I've drawn it. I probably drew this when it was like here or here. I said, look, it will most probably come and try and take out the mid of that midwick strategy. So probably it's going to come most probably try and test that area there, 0.13382. That's what I would say. That area there is possibly an area that this thing is going to test. I mean, look, I didn't even draw any lines. I've drawn these many times before. When I said, look, when I say my lines, look, it even came and tested it absolutely perfectly. Right now, full downtrend. What's his volume looking like? Volume is off a cliff. Come on, Mr. Volume, do your thing. Yeah, yep. There we go. Look, volume is off a cliff. When the volume drops and it's on a downward trend line like this, and it's not doing any breakouts, this thing will most probably come and test that. There we go. Anything else? You'll see. Look, even here, you see what I mean by that. There's an inefficiency wick here at the massive pump. It came down, took out that wick, and then pumped from that point. So around here, there could be a potential good buy zone right there. That's the golden McGolden pocket. What do you want me to look at? Sui, what's Sui up to? Where is my Sui? Is that Sui? Yeah, that's Sui. Right. There, look. I mean, you see it. There, I said that it would look in this zone here. The most probably have a reaction. Had a reaction, bounced off there. This is looking hella weak. This is looking. Oh my god, this is looking majorly weak. If it loses that, why is that gone funny? Why is that gone funny? Yeah. Yeah, and if it loses this level here, you're looking at 24738. I would say that more. Let's do that. There. Yeah, actually, no, I'm wrong. Yeah, there you go. It will most probably come if it loses this level. If it loses a 2.8092, it will most probably come down to the 2.4931 around that area. I did want to show that this morning. Yeah, I mean, it had the bounce. Look, it was at resistance. The point that I like, it bounced off that zone perfectly, right? But yeah, watch this. Look, I will say this, right? This could go down all the way to this point here and recover, right? It can do that. Depends on your risk profile. If it breaks this previous, oh, let me get rid of that. It's a bit messy. If it breaks this, oh, let's do that. If it breaks that, you could risk it and play more of a risky game. But the break of this, the break of that, it's going. That's it's going. That's like an 8% move. That's an it's going with a moment. Watch this carefully. Right. Anything else? Greetings, GBL. How are you doing? You guys liking what I'm showing you guys? Anything else you want me to look at? Is anything not making sense to you? Are you guys saying this guy is dumb? I haven't heard any insults, which I'm assuming is bad. You usually insult when things are good. So why am I not hearing any insults? This is I'm feeling weird. I mean, like, I would expect at least 50,000 likes. and some insults. All right, until I get 50,000 likes and some insults, I ain't looking at nothing. I'm just looking at what's here. Can I see some fair value gaps? Is Sue gonna climb to climb and dump? I'm loving it. Thank you so much. Can I see some fair? You mean fair value gaps? Is Sue gonna climb to then dump before? Could do. Yeah, I'm loving it. Can you check please? Again, insults and 50,000 likes. Otherwise, I ain't looking. I'm doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna call you Marion, man. I can't call you Jesus. Jesus, Jesus. Fair value gaps are good for when you're looking at really low times scalps, right? What could be a better thing to look at, right? What is a better way to look at it? Is if you utilize, there we go. I'll show you this. All right. Most probably, this structure that we're seeing here will come and most probably test the Asia high. So what will happen, right? I'm gonna put this on, right? I'm gonna put this on, and then let me know. I want to see if this happens. I'll be very curious if this happens, right? What I suspect would happen is something like that, if it was gonna happen. Something like that is something that I expect. That's what I would expect. Do you think Bitcoin will test 70,000? No, I don't think. I mean, it's possible. Everything is possible. Everything is definitely possible, right? Everything's definitely possible. What I will say is that where can I get the correct CA for Fat Cat? Oh, right. If you want to get this correct CA for Fat Cat, I'll show you. I'll put it on there's a poll here. Is it this one? 5 minutes. Yeah, it's number C. If you go to the poll, I'll move this out of the way. If you go to the poll right there, you'll see a number C. That's the right one. Something like that, I expect. Thank you, Aris. You're right. Bitcoin's holding well. I mean, look at perspective. There's a lot of noise at the moment. There is huge noise at the moment. Yeah, something like that. Let's see if that plays out. That's what I would expect would happen to Sol, because it's Sui. Sorry, let's go back to Sui. Sorry, I didn't know you were there. Because it looks like it's deviated perfectly and coming back into range, and I would expect it to go to that higher level first and then reject from there, if it was going to. What I will say is, oh wow, why is so many people dropped off? Is everyone dropping off, or right, okay, there are places up. Also, guys, make sure you like and follow and share and all this kind of stuff. I do this pretty much every day, right? And it's for free. Free. Most people charge for this crap. And if you want any more in-depth detail stuff, there's always the other areas. And I'll type it here. All right, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, fantastic. Appreciate it. Yeah, look, it's holding well at the moment. It's boring, but don't forget, today treat it as a weekend. No one's trading at this present moment. Tomorrow is going to be a funky day. Tomorrow is going to be a very, very, very funky day. That's what I will say to everyone here. Be very, very careful, because it's going to get choppy. Stupid. We're at full chop mode at the moment. Some might call it chopalicious. Some might call it choppy woppy woppy. We'll see. We'll see what's going to be happening. I gave you the levels. You see what's going on. If you guys want to check out Fat Cat, for sure. By the way, just making sure I don't have any here. That's Fat Cat, if anyone wants to see it. Boom, boom, boom. Cool website. Look at all the cool things going on in the background and all that type of jazz. Right, cool. All right. What else what else do you want me to look? I'll look at one more and then I'm off. I'm off and try and like go downstairs where I have insulation. Can you all right. Someone from the sub. I'm gonna look at a sub request. Sub request I'm gonna be looking at. If no one from the sub looks, then I'm gonna be bidding you guys adieu because I said 50,000 likes and you guys are at 35. You're like, no, I want free information. Free. I can't look at Fat Cat, man. You want me to look at Fat Cat at the very end? I can't do that. Can I do that? Should I do that? Let me look at Fat Cat. All right, fine. Kind of making me hurt my feelings, man. Using your sub powers to hurt my feelings. All right, let's look at Fat Cat. Let's see what Fat Cat's up to. I'm assuming it's this one. All right. I mean, please, anyone, you just look. I mean, I don't know what else will people want. I really don't know what people want. Like, I really don't. You look at, you have Ansem scamming people, right? You have Ansem scamming people. You have every other rug coin in history going crazy. Absolutely, people are like betting insane amounts of things into a coin. And look at where Fat Cat is going. I'm gonna just give me a coin to compare it to, please. Someone give me, just pick one. Anyone pick a coin. What did Ansem do? Oh yeah, Ansem launched a coin with the I'll show it to you guys here for people who aren't here, right? And all right. Ansem launched the coin. This lovely gentleman here is the global head of Solana. He was on the live when they launched it, but forgot to tell everyone, just so everyone can understand this nice little thing, that there was 100% buy tax. So anyone that bought this up until it went up to 60 million market cap lost all their money. And then at 60 million, they started selling. Yeah, they started selling at 60 million, and a whole bunch of people lost their money. And that is the head of Solana on the live. So let me get this straight. So people will buy a token that has 100% tax on it, 100% tax on it, right? Where they literally took all that money up to 60 million and then started selling at 60 million, right? And then when I say, yo, bro, look at this Fat Cat graph, right? Look at this Fat Cat graph, right? Just someone like SR flip and then explosion. Like anything else? Let me. What coin should I look at? Should we look at PopCat? No, actually, not PopCat. I'll go. Wait. Not PopCat. Let's look at Fat Cat here. Fat Cat. You're making me want to do. I didn't want to do this, but whatever. Right? I'm gonna do this now. Because everyone's just like, oh no, like, oh yeah, whatever. I thought Solana guys are nice guys. No one's nice guys. We're the only nice guys. Fat Cat is the only nice guys left, right? It's amazing. It's hilarious. We're literally the only ones that are doing good, and everyone's smarting us with their crap. Let's pick. I don't know. Let's pick Fat PopCat. Everyone's like, yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. Cool. Does anything look familiar? Anything? Just honestly, man. Look at the current market environment, please. Look at this current market environment. Even Popcat has lost what is it lost? What is it lost? Sorry, you're making me do this. I don't want to do this, but whatever. What is it lost? It's lost 60%. It's lost 60% in what? How many days? In a month. It's lost 60% in a month. In a month, we've gained. Where are we right now? In a month, we've gained 110%. So, I mean, if you were to so if you were to, like, I don't know. I mean, if you were to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Honestly, what more do you guys want? Okay, cool, whatever. You guys will be like, nah, 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 nah. No, let's not be ridiculous. No, no, no. This is what I want. I want this. I want it to be quick, painful, and no gains. That's how I like it. I want quick, painful, no gains, right? But nice to watch. You know, global head of Solana. Coping great buff. Yeah, I'm totally coping. Right? Not but her at all. That this guy. Anyway, whatever. It's all good. It's cool. Anyway, love. Lots of love and affection and stuff, right? All that kind of stuff, right? And I'll catch you guys later. I mean, I don't know what more to say. Look at this. Look at this bad boy. Yeah, Fat Cat looks good. It does look good. It does look good. Coach B, you're just like, oh, whatever, bruv. Whatever, bruv. All right, cool. Guys, look, love, peace, affection. If you have any questions, please make sure you do. You come and ask. We have a a public free what's it called? Group called Learn by Alvarez. If you guys want to go in there, ask any questions, say space and all that kind of stuff, all that kind of jazz. If you want any more details, you guys can check out the pro group that's on the X. And yeah, we can go from there. Let's watch tomorrow. Be vigilant. Tomorrow's going to be choppy AF. I promise you that. Right now, everyone is waiting for the news from the USA. Once that comes, we will see some sort of violent reaction. And once that settles in, I would say we are on like Donkey Kong. Peace. Take it, guys. Catch you guys later. All right, for you guys as well. Thank you so much for joining. It's amazing. I'm seeing a lot more people joining on to the X. You guys are incredible. Make sure you check out my YouTube as well. I'm going to be doing a lot more on YouTube now, longer form videos. I kind of feel like, TikTok and X is not really promoting that. I want to give more in-depth details. Make sure you check that out. And if you want anything more details, you can check out the pro group as well. The pro group is doing some really, really funky, cool stuff. I mean, like, what more can I say? Where are we right now? I was talking today, for example. All the details I'm giving, like certain key levels, like, liquidations, ranges, all that kind of stuff and everything else. And on top of that, you have 1, 2, 3 further traders on there that give that detail, and it's $50 a month. It's up to you. If you don't want to pay it, you don't have to pay it. You can come to these lives and ask me questions. All right, guys, love, affection, all that kind of stuff. Check out Fat Cat. I mean, like, just check it out, man. If there's anyone out there on X that wants to do spaces as well, let me know. All right, I'll this is all for the community. Everyone that's in my community are absolutely amazing people. I'm trying to get this to the absolute crazy levels it deserves to be. It deserves to be at the crazy levels. The chart looks beautiful. Everything looks great. The community is great. Come and check out the Fat Cat group. Right, check it out. See what it's like. We have a Telegram bot that's working, and the aggregator is about to be launched. 50% of the fees of Phantom, and every single penny of the fee is going to be bolstering the chart.